Today we've been talking about shades of race, and it doesn't just affect the way others look at us, but it affects how we look at ourselves. This is Liz. And Liz is a Korean American who recently underwent a surgical procedure to alter her eyes. So Liz, what exactly did you have done?
I had eyelid surgery to increase the size of the fold.
The size of the fold, so this fold here?
Yeah, I know it's a lot of people have a hard time understanding what that is. I had a small crease, meaning there was, you know, there was,
Is that you before? Right there?
Yeah, that's me before.
Okay, so you had a small crease here on your eye, like your eyelid.
Yeah.
Okay, and let's see your after picture. Okay, so now your fold right here.
You can see it more.
It's bigger here.
Yeah.
Okay, and why did you do that?
Well, pretty much, I mean, you can see in the photo that, you know, I know I'm not 35, 45, 55, but my eyes were starting to sag, and I was looking tired, and I wasn't, you know, I didn't have that youthful look that I used to have.
Were you ever teased about your eyes growing up?
Oh, yeah.
Like what?
Well, first of all, I grew up not in LA. When I was younger, I grew up in Apple Valley, which is
Apple Valley, California?
Yeah.
I know where
and
that is.
I was the only Asian girl, not only in the town I lived in, but in the school, and, you know, so...
and the kids used to tease you?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I was like the black sheep. I was, you know, I was the only Asian girl, so you'd hear the, you know, it's so cliche, but, you know, chink, you know, Chinese eyes, you know. At that age, I didn't know.
So you'd look in the mirror and think what when you'd look in the mirror?
I knew that I looked very different from everybody else. I knew that, you know, from what I knew to be beautiful or pretty.
That wasn't what you saw in the mirror?
That was not, yeah, that's not equal what I saw in the mirror.
So it's not so much about necessarily just a droopy eye. It's also about wanting to look more Caucasian.
You know, at that age, I wanted to. As I matured, as I got older, I started to feel more comfortable about myself. When I went in for surgery, and this is really important, I think, when people go in to have plastic surgery, I went in, I feel, for the right reasons, whereas if I had the same mentality I had when I was younger, it would have been absolutely for the wrong reasons.
I don't believe you right now. I don't believe that you just said your eyes were droopy and that you were getting older. How old are you?
25.
25.
Yeah.
25 years old. So you're saying you went to a surgeon because your eyes were droopy and you're getting so old, you're 25, and they're just the weight.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I just think it's about being honest, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I have a hair weave on my head. You have to understand, we're the same. I'm no different than you. This is not my natural hair. Do you understand? This is fake. And I understand and take full responsibility and know that this is because everybody in America and everybody in the world doesn't think that my natural hair is beautiful. I'm not sure if I can sit here and actually my whole career, 14, 15 years of being a model, could have actually done that with my natural hair, and they say, oh, Tyra's a sexy Victoria's Secret. That just wouldn't happen. Right. And I know that. Right. And I own up to that.
Right.
And for you to say you're 25 and it's drooping, I don't think that's the most honest thing. Because you say that, you know, when you were little, you know, you wanted a different family to fit in. You wanted blonde hair and blue eyes like everybody else. You know, kids used to tease you.
Yeah, no, okay, this is where it gets tricky. It's because when I was younger, and I was, you know, when you're at that age, you feel like, oh, you know, you look different, you get teased, you're not happy with
and that's
that.
what sticks with us as adults.
Yeah,
Do you understand?
I agree with you.
That sticks with us forever.
I agree with you.
I was called the nappy-headed girl. Mama, the little girls at school had straight, long hair. I didn't have hair like them. I didn't feel as beautiful as them. As an adult, yes, I know that's wrong now. But there's something still embedded in me because I heard it over and over and over again as a child. As a child, I heard that over and over and over again. So no matter how much of an adult I am now and how clear thinking I am, I still have to fight that. I still have to fight that.
In my defense, and in defense to, you know, others who are in my position, it's like you can take any Asian, you know, American girl, and she can go in and have surgery, she could go in and have double eyelid surgery, and come out, and there's no way she's gonna look Caucasian, you know? I mean, she's still gonna, It's not
and no
just,
way am I going to look white with a hair weave, but it's still one step closer too. And your eyelid is still one step closer too. Do you understand?
Yeah.
I'm not a white woman. I'm still black, but I have a hair weave. And this is one step closer to what a Caucasian woman's hair is. The same with your eyelid. I'm not talking about ethnic erasing. I'm talking about ethnic tweaking. Tweaking.
Right.
And I want to go to Dr. Charles Lee. By no means am I attacking you, but I'm just trying to call it what it is.
That's okay. You wouldn't be the first time.
It is what it is. I'm not attacking you. You're doing your thing. You know?
But Tyra, I think you have some very, very good, valid points. Most of us, most Asians who have the surgery done, and by the way, this is a very common surgery.
Yes, definitely.
In Asia, eyelid and nose surgery is equal to breast surgery and liposuction here. But most people come in and do it without thinking too much about it. They just feel that eyelids with a crease in it are prettier. And I've heard that said.
Why do they feel that way, doctor? Why do you think they feel that way?
I think that there is probably a Europeanization of beauty standards. I don't disagree with that. And I think that when you have an extreme ethnic feature, you get teased. It's harder to get a job. There is discrimination. And so I think that you have a very solid point. But then again, I do want to emphasize that most people are not, they don't come in and say, you know, I really want you to make me a white person. They don't really even think that deeply about it.
Because it's more subtle. It definitely is more subtle. It's softening of the race, not necessarily erasing it. But I want to thank you for being honest.
Yes.
Because I like that. I like that you're very honest about it. And I want to go to Martin Wong. He's the editor of Giant Robot, a magazine of Asian pop culture.
Right.
What do you have to say about Asian eye surgery, blepharoplasty?
Well, I think there's nothing wrong with getting eye surgery. You know, if you're a guy or a woman who wants to get that crease, that's great. If it makes you happy, perfect. You know, it's done all the time. It's pretty safe, and it's a personal choice. But that being said, I think you have to realize that, you know, beauty, it's not in a vacuum. There's a context to it. And the look you're going for is something that has been shaped, as you said, to, you know, a kind of a Eurocentric point of view. You should just admit, I think, if you're going to go for it and, you know, get it done, really whether you, I don't know, you can buy tape to do it. You can buy glue.
Yeah, I have all that stuff here, by the way.
Yeah, it's super common.
Is this the tape?
Yeah.
Doctor, this is like the sticky glue?
Yeah, a lot of people come in with that sticky tape, and they do that.
And they use that. What happens if a little bit of the tape comes off throughout the day, and they're like,
well, they usually come in because they get tired of doing it every single day.
They get tired of doing the tape. Yeah. Wow. And your boyfriend is here. Steve is here, right?
Yes.
So, Steve, how do you feel about the surgery? Are you American?
Initially, I was against it. I didn't think she needed it. I liked the way her eyes were before. I thought they were beautiful. I think they're beautiful now. But, you know, it was ultimately her choice. But I never got the sense that she was doing it to betray her race by any means. If that was the case, I would have probably been more firm because I thought she looked great before.
Thank you, Steve. So. Thank you. Thank you so much, everybody. We'll be right back.